Well, hello and howdy ho everyone, Foxy Games here and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Full Story Playthrough. In the previous episode, we took the plunge into the Tempest and we made our way here to the Ondo Cups, where we have come across a beast tribe. Are they called the Ondo? I'm pretty sure they are. I can't remember. Unfortunately, us coming down here and requiring air meant that we took their water away, and that doesn't really help them. So, we're gonna make things right and try and help their brood mother, whatever it's called, give birth properly. There is one simple way in which we might assist the clutch mother. I told you that I had once been saved by a finless one after being washed ashore, a woman who was heavy with child at the time. As she nursed me back to health, she spoke of the importance of eating food rich in nutrients to heal the body and to nurture the life within. I am told that laying eggs is a rather strenuous affair, and that even the strongest clutch mothers took many days, if not weeks, to recover. And now ours must attempt to do so without the aid of water. We must see her well fed, that she has the strength and fortitude to weather this trial. We must serve her a hearty meal, as the finless woman served me many times before. Miniri. Yes, Miniri, of course. Many can be found to the north. Slay one and bring me its liver. It will serve our needs well. Would that I could do this myself, but as a young and weak Cole, I am no match for even a single Miniri. It must be you, Foxy Games. Well, I suppose if it must. Now, I did explore a whole bunch, just in the interest of getting some ether currents. I got, about half of them, just over half of them. The others wander a little too deep into spoiler territory, so I am not going to be grabbing them up just yet. We'll get them as we go. There we go. Nice and easy. Have you the Miniri liver, Foxy Games? That is well. Keep it for now. Let us go and request another audience with the Clutch Mother that you might present it to her yourself. Know that you will not be permitted to do so directly. Zerashun must first inspect the liver, after which he will see it delivered to the Clutch Mother. Also known as the art team didn't have time or just didn't want to design a female version of this beast tribe. Like they don't with any of them. Greetings, honored guest. I am told you have a gift for the Clutch Mother. A Miniri liver. Chock full of nutrients, this liver is ideal for young Ondo Clutch Mothers. A Miniri liver. I see, I see. This will provide ample nourishment for the Clutch Mother. A moment, if you would. Miniri liver. How did you know? It is a favorite of mine. So soft, so supple it is. Too long has it been since I dined so well. My children unborn too delight in this feast. Many thanks to you, honored guest. This was Narash Cole's doing, yes? He knows the Clutch Mother's tastes well. It is good that she eats and builds her strength, but liver alone will not suffice for our needs. I trust you both will continue to consider other ways you might be of assistance. Tell Narash Cole I said these words. Sure, why not? And I realize this isn't really necessary for us to continue the story, but there are certain plot threads that I don't like to leave unpulled, as it were. Just because, you know, especially for the Ether Current ones, sometimes they have quests that they fall kind of flat if you don't do anything afterward, and I don't like to lose that flow. Well, Foxy Games, was the Clutch Mother pleased? Oh, that is good. That is very good. To hear that she took such pleasure in our humble offering brings me joy. Female Ondo are quite rare, and so we hold them in the highest. Only they may become Clutch Mother. Only they may give rise to new generations of Ondo. She is mother to all Ondo, and so all Ondo must do their utmost to offer her aid and comfort that she may shoulder this great responsibility. Each must find their own way to be of service. That is why I do not begrudge Zerosh for the way he scolds me. He acts only out of concern for the Clutch Mother, as do I. He is right, too, that an offering of liver alone will not suffice. Nay, we must do far, far more for the Clutch Mother's sake. Hopefully not too much more. Do you hear it, Foxy Games? That cry. It troubles me. Ah, perhaps it is too low for finless ones to hear. We call to one another over great distances with such cries, to coordinate hunts or simply to converse. It carries poorly now in the absence of water, but I still hear it clearly. A moment, if you would. I must concentrate to discern the words. Ah, the hour is nearly upon us. The Clutch Mother's belly heaves, a new generation yearns to be born. But without water there is still danger and risk. The liver gave her nourishment, but it is not enough, not nearly enough. Zerosh begs us hurry and find other ways to help her summon the necessary strength. I can think of only one possibility. We must journey unto the shore and seek out the woman who granted me succor long ago. She was soon to be a mother too, so she must surely have knowledge to aid the Clutch Mother's struggles. But we cannot approach her empty-handed. We must first procure suitable gifts. Head to where the dry return and search for an unblemished shell. I shall search elsewhere for something of value. When you have finished, return here, but hurry. Time is of the essence. You know, I've been to this cave already. Whatever. Oh, fuck both of you. Anyway. Yeah, if you think I'm walking all the way back there. You have another thing coming. There you are, Foxy Games. Give over your shell quickly. An unblemished shell. Though not particularly uncommon, it takes a discerning eye to pick out shells of the highest quality that are fit for use in artistic endeavors. Fortunately, you possess such an eye. Apparently. You have a keen eye for this, my friend. As for me, I found a small but exquisite pearl which is sure to please her. We have what we need. Let us head for the village of Stilltide, and pray she can aid us in easing the Clutch Mother's pains. Right, off to Kalusia we go. I see her, Foxy Games. Come with me. I've never heard this music before. Greetings, miss. I am Narash Cole of the Ondo. You may not remember, but you saved my life a long time ago. Well, well, if it isn't the lad the tide brought in. Look at you, you're practically a man grown now, I'd wager. Not many would agree with you, but never mind that. I am come both to offer long overdue thanks for that kindness, as well as beg a boon of knowledge. You really didn't have to go to so much trouble, though I'll be damned if I'll turn my nose up at such fine treasures. Honestly, it's wasted on the likes of me. Wow, look at those. If you don't want them, can I keep them? Aw. Is that little one the child you were carrying all those years ago? So strange it is that finless ones carry their young within them until they are ready to hatch. So very, very strange. Nothing strange about it, if you ask me. Can't quite get my head around the Undo methods myself, but to each their own. So, what's this about a boon of knowledge? Can't imagine what a fishwife like me could know that this friend of yours doesn't. So, assuming I understood you correctly, you're riding that giant flying whale and used its breath to part the seas, and because of that, the Undo Clutch Mother may not be able to give birth safely. That is indeed the long and the short of it, yes. Without the aid of water, she cannot summon her full strength, and so we must find other means to help her do so. Do you have wisdom to share? Well, everyone's got their own tricks, I suppose, and what works for one woman isn't guaranteed to work for another, but... For me, what worked was something called a birthing rope. I tied it to one of my roof beams so I could grip it tight when the time came. Couldn't hurt to try. Whether or not it'll do for your clutch mother, I can't say, but I reckon I can vouch for it, and so can she. Thank you, Finless Mother. I shall return at once and begin fashioning a rope of similar make. I know all too well how difficult a time like this can be for an expecting mother. If you need anything else, don't hesitate to hurry on back, alright? It was nice meeting you, mister. This birthing rope may be the answer to our prayers. Let us go back to the cups and decide how to proceed there. Yeah, I don't think I've heard this music anywhere else in the game, but then I don't do too many side quests. Anyway, back to the cups we go. Though she is not Undo, that Finnish one carries herself with the self-same grace of a clutch mother. Perhaps it is the same for all who have brought children into this world. I can but hope that this rope she told us of will serve to aid our clutch mother in this most trying of times. This birthing rope of which the finless woman spoke is our only option. We must weave one at once, Foxy Games. However, we cannot rely upon the same materials as she did, for the clutch mother is far larger and stronger and would surely snap one of the traditional make. The tentacles of sea anemone, bound together, they could serve as an unbreakable rope. Once more I must impose upon you, Foxy Games, for your skill at arms far outstrips mine own. I ask that you seek out and slay 3 of these creatures and take from each its strongest, stoutest tentacle. Much I have asked of you already, yet I fear I have no choice but to do so yet again. Only a warrior such as you, or a proud Own, could triumph over the anemones. They are ravenous, ever hunting for their next meal. If you survey the grounds to the north of the cups, they will likely find you where you find them. Go quickly, for the lives of the Clutch Mother's children hang in the balance. Alright. We've got 3 to kill. That's one. That's two. That's three. Back to the cups, then. Tell me you have brought with you the tentacles. Sea anemone tentacles. There are plenty of anemones in the anemones in the sea, less the ones you slew to procure rope making materials. Oh my god. Bless you, Foxy Games, bless you. Far tougher and more robust these tentacles are than I dared hope. I shall weave the rope at once. This shall take every ounce of my strength. It is finished. Here, take it, Foxy Games. Forgive me, I require a moment to rest. You must deliver the birthing rope to Zerashon in my stead. Hurry! Honored guest, pray tell me you've brought something to aid the Clutch Mother in her hour of need. A birthing rope. Some items warrant no description. A birthing rope, you say? I had not considered this. However, if it is as effective as this finless mother claims, then this day may not end in tragedy. Let us hope that it helps the Clutch Mother to summon all her prodigious strength. Only female Ondo are permitted beyond the threshold, therefore I must instruct the Clutch Mother's attendants in the rope's use, and have them bind it to a suitable feature in the rock. And then, honored guest, we must wait. Then if I grip the rope just so, I... Oh dear. Again, Mother, push harder! Oh dear. Still no word from within after all this time. I do not wish to intrude upon her chambers, but if I must... I am here, and I am well, as are my eggs. Clutch Mother! Oh, praise be, it is such a relief to hear your voice again. Zerash, Narash, you both helped me to triumph in this greatest of trials. To you both I will entrust 2 of my finest eggs. And you, Foxy Games, you too shall receive of me an egg. Oh, that's probably a bad idea. You will forgive me for declining, or sure, why not? No, absolutely not. You would refuse? To Ondo there is no higher honor, yet you would refuse? Upon further consideration, this honor ill suits you. Indeed, only male Ondo can provide the necessary seed, as you have other duties you cannot forsake. 'Twould be better to leave such responsibilities to the guardians of the cups. Ere they become full-grown, our children's gills are not fully formed, and so they struggle to survive out of water. Yet as times change, so too must our ways and the relations between our peoples. Though this generation shall be raised here, perhaps future ones will know a different life. It is not quite the same, I know, to give birth here than on land, but I should like to think I am stronger and wiser for this experience. I thank you again, honored guest, from the bottom of my heart. I do thank you, Foxy Games, and you, Narosh. Were it not for your efforts, I fear for what may have become of the Undo's future. For your deeds and service to the Clutch Mother, have you been given your first egg. Raise it well, Uon. Raise it well. Many busy days lie ahead, but first I must rest. Go forth, my children, heads high and hearts filled with pride, and see that my eggs are never without the love and affection they deserve. Foxy Games, know that you are always welcome in the cups, and shall ever be received with the respect and reverence of a steadfast ally deserves. And if this doesn't endear me to their fucking people, then I don't know who it will. Did you hear them, Foxy Games? I am to be a father, an Uon, and it is all thanks to you, my friend. There is still so much I would know of your people and your ways. Out of curiosity, yes, but also because I still believe there is more wisdom to be gleaned, with which we Undo may better our lot. Yes, this is only the beginning. I look forward to the day my child will grow strong enough to venture onto land, and perhaps play together with the finless ones in Stilltide. I pray that they will treat us with the selfsame kindness and warmth you have shown us. I knew I was not wrong to trust in you and yours, Foxy Games. It has been an honor and a pleasure. My child will require my every waking moment for the foreseeable future, but I am sure that we will one day meet again. Until then, fare you well. Well, hey, that was kind of an interesting little diversion. But for now, we've got some things to do for our good friend Y'shtola. We need to go to the north and find a structure that resembles those in the copy of the Katana Ravel mural. So, let's go and do just that. Oh, it was 2 steps away from where I was. Oh well. That looks pretty similar though, wouldn't you say? Aye, this is the mural writ large. Though I cannot guess at its purpose, it must have been an imposing sight. How much of the tower's height lies hidden beneath the ground, I wonder? Centuries of our history have settled upon such ruins, countless layers of dust and sediment. An entire civilization, its existence forgotten by all except a handful of Asians. And yet it did exist. They lived here, in this city. But let us focus on what we've learned thus far. The Undo chieftain spoke of mystery stirring, of a land illuminated. Judging by his words, he believes this phenomenon related to the Ancients' return. Thus can we surmise that what the Undo saw shining in the abyss was, in all likelihood, yet another remnant of this age-old civilization. And who else would light the lanterns, as Reen put it, than Emmett Selk himself? 'Tis almost certain he is there. But if we are to find this stronghold in a timely manner, it seems gaining the Undo's trust remains our swiftest path forward. I only hope our deeds are enough to win them over. Indeed. Thank you for assisting me with my investigations. I shall seek out our other companions and share what we've learned. Much as I would like to tell you to sit down and leave the rest to us, your condition demands that we make all reasonable haste. If you are not too weary, it may be useful to speak with Posh Un again, and ask if there is aught else he is willing to divulge. Well, back to the Ondo Cups then. Ah, Alphino's friend. You and your companions have done much to repair the damage caused by the waters parted. Anything else you can do? Have you been to the Walls of the Forgotten? I think I've just come from them. The remnants to the northwest, yes? You visited them unbidden? Could it be that your footsteps were guided by the ancients? I believe it may be so. Listen then, and I will tell you of our plans to bring light to the walls, that we might answer the shining call of the illuminated land. We have requested a finless craftsman to shape for us a sacred lamp. He is odd for a land dweller, choosing as he does to live in the ocean, but his skill is beyond question. It is concerning, however, that we have heard nothing of his progress. If you were to visit this artisan and return with our long-awaited light, and any doubt as to your purpose would be laid to rest. His name is Grenold. You will find his workshop in a metal structure to the south. Ah yes, Grenold. We've heard that name before. He's the rather ingenious and yet strange man who the people at the Crystarium, particularly the Crystalline Mean, were speaking of. Apparently, he's a talented craftsman, but just a little bit eccentric. Apparently more than a little, seeing as he came to live under the water before we parted the seas. Just how he managed such a feat, I suppose we'll find out. Oh, apparently he lives inside some kind of weird diving bell. Interesting place. Looks particularly elegant in some ways, like these windows. He must have gotten much of this from the Crystarium. Oh, that's just great, that is. My mind's playing tricks on me now. Look, Grenold, someone's come to visit you at the bottom of the bleeding ocean. Or it might be as you're a ghost, eh? Go on, foul shade, feast yourself on me rotten soul. I've got no use for it. A craftsman what can't craft is more pointless than a sea slug with a doming hammer. And that's an insult to bloody sea slugs. Let's see. Grenold appears to be suffering from a crushing bout of self-doubt. Maybe you can help psych him up. You wouldn't be trying to raise me spirits now, would you, spirit? Not what you'd expect from a servant of the netherworld. Are you Grenold then, or have we met before? Now, I believe, if you've done certain quests in A Realm Reborn regarding artifact weapons, you would be able to get a reaction called, "Are we really doing this?" That's because this guy, as far as I know, is a reflection of a smith from the source named Geralt. We haven't dealt with Geralt in this playthrough, but I did on my main, and I distinctly remember that kind of reaction. So, anyway, are you Grenold then? Aye, though I wonder how you bloody well found me. This here's meant to be me underwater sanctuary, a place where I can give myself over to me work, far from the distractions of the outside world. And yet here you stand. Now what's so damned important that you dive all the way down to the bottom of the bleeding Tempest to bother me? Ah, the Undo's lamp. God's curse me, empty head! I've not made so much of a start of it! I'm worth less than a sea slug, nay, the slime left by a sea slug. My delivery date's long past, me workbench is untouched, and I call myself a bleeding artisan. You've heard their beliefs, have you? Bringing light to them ruins will be an act of deep religious and cultural significance. And it was my privilege as a craftsman to be tasked with providing a ritual instrument worthy of the occasion. But I just can't bloody well. Ah, my mind's a bleeding blank. It's like I've pissed away my last drop of inspiration. Tell me you've got something to show me. Someone else will give me a muse or my muse a right good kick up the arse. The Undo want to honor the coming of these ancients, so their ancient lights gotta blaze with the right kind of brightness. Like a spark of life caught in a crystal. But just being sparkly's not enough. It's gotta dance with joy and sorrow and a sense of hardship endured, you know what I mean? Your thoughts turn to the warriors of light from the first, and the crystals you discovered at the end of their journeys. Maybe Grenalt would find them inspiring. Indeed. Do we have them in our key items, I wonder? We do not. I've let the Undo down, aye, but more than that I've let myself down. Might as well go back to mending kettles. Let's see. Show Grenalt a crystal which once belonged to one of Ardbert's companions? Yes. What's that you got there? Such striking beauty. It shines with heartache and laughter and the transience of life like the turmoil of history made manifest. Aye, I could see the brilliance of the crystal's legacy. You'd never capture such a gleam, not if you labored 100 years. But bugger me if I don't mean to try. Where are me tools, gods damn you? I must set to work before the feeling fades. Lovely. We've lit the fire in him. I can feel it! A vision forming in me mind. Step aside, lass, and let me itching hands get to work. And done! I've taken the wonders that crystal showed me and channeled them into a new shape what befits the Undo's spiritual character. That is a hell of a lamp. Not a bad job if I say so myself. And to think I was this close to hanging up my hammer after studying the craft of them ancients. I've been across the length and breadth of Norvrant and gobbled up every scrap of crafting wisdom what I could find. But no matter what technique I tried, my work was just no comparison. I couldn't even figure out how they put them damn buildings together. A mystery for the ages. That's what drew me here in the first place. I built my workshop, got the forges burning, and lost me bleeding will to craft. Thank the gods for that crystal of yours, or I might never have gotten it back. I won't pry into your business, but I reckon your little miracle there has been through the kind of journey they sing songs about. The echoes of the memory it holds just speak directly to your heart. Aye, I can still feel them coursing through me. The inspiration's not fading away, it's welling up stronger and stronger. Give me the chance and I reckon I can weave the Crystal Saga into other things as well. Bugger me, I'd almost forgotten the Undo's commission. If you could drag that lamp over to Tulsath for me, I'll stay here and dream up new armaments for you to try. You now have access to Grenalt's Forge. Equipment rewards will become available for the collection based on the role quests you have completed. Of course, we have completed all of them. So, we have everything here. Let's talk, though. How are things? Ever since you showed me that crystal, my hunger for crafting has been damn near insatiable. In fact, I've been spending so much time in here, I think I might be breathing my own breath. I suppose it's the danger of living and working in a forge beneath the sea. Maybe I should think about building myself a little house someplace. All this constant hammering has brought in a fair share of coin, after all. What is the equipment you have? That shell of a crystal you carry about. It tells a hero's tale. A tragic saga of hope and loss. In my attempt to capture that aching majesty and armor, I've poured me all into cloth and leather and metal. A journey's end for the memories what remain. And if I'm ever struck by that same lightning, I reckon I can do it again. Complete level 80 roll quests to unlock Journey's End gear rewards from each respective role, which we have done. Is this equipment for me? These works were inspired by the tragic tale of a hero, and only a true champion can wield the legacy what's found at that journey's end. But if I reckon you've got the spirit and the stones for it, I'll be happy to craft them for you for free. I don't reckon I'll be able to stop myself. Right. Let's see. So, let's go ahead and check out the gear. So, because we did the, what the hell is it called? We did the tank roll quests, we get all of these. This is basically free gear. Check that out. Isn't this a beautiful set? Even the shield folds out. Now, it's not the only piece of gear. It's not the only gear set, rather, that we're able to get. We also have ninja gear. And we might as well claim all of our rewards. Ooh. What did I just do? Nothing, apparently. Lovely stuff. Looking good, Foxy. Oh, she's even got a tattoo on her shoulder. Very nice, very nice. What's the headgear look like? I didn't look at that for the paladin, but I will. Oh, it's got a mask. That's kind of sexy, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway. Alright. Scholar. Okay. That book's pretty neat looking. How about the headpiece? Oh, well, you look like a proper scholar, I suppose. I don't understand the whole graduation cap thing, but still looks nice. Anyway. And finally, Summoner. And Foxy now looks like a proper summoner. With a rather nice looking book. But of course, we're not going to be messing around with any of these other classes for a while, if at all. What's the helmet look like here, by the way? Oh, it's just a little, it's like a circlet. Very good, very good. Well, we look rather dashing for our final confrontation. So, let's head back to the cups. What is it that you have there? Grenald's lamp. This profusion of brightly glowing coral-like branches is most definitely not a kettle. The sacred lamp! Then the Finless One has kept his promise. My people tell me of the many deeds you have performed in the name of aiding the cups, and now you come to me bearing the light we had almost surrendered hope of ever seeing. We can doubt your purity no longer. Your arrival was the will of the ancients. Yes, the time for fear has passed. We shall take the lamp and unveil its austere illumination upon the worlds of the forgotten. Gather there with your companions, and we shall speak again once our prayers have been offered.
O stewards of the Ondo, we offer up our light in answer.
That crystal you showed the artisan. Did it belong to one of my friends?
All of them, as a matter of fact. I thought you were always watching.
I tried to give you a measure of privacy. No one wants a spirit looking over their shoulder every moment of the day. So tell me, if you would, how did you come across that crystal?
It's not a happy story, friend.
I was right then. Strange that I should learn such things now, after they're long gone. They were fine friends, every one of them. I didn't expect death to teach me so much. About them, about Seto, about you, about the hope that hides at the heart of this world. I've never been one for idle chit-chat, but if by some miracle I could see them all again, I doubt I would ever stop talking. I'm grateful I got to bend your ear at least. And just for that, I reckon I'll stick with you. To the very end.
Oh, Ardbert. You wound up being a good friend, despite our differences at the beginning.
Apologies, we were a little late to the gathering.
It seems we've succeeded in gaining their trust.
The delay wasn't exactly welcome, but at least our many hands made light work. And they seemed especially impressed with your contribution. Our hero indeed.
Y'shtola was telling us those structures may date back to the age of the Ascians.
An Ascian homeland. Despite his many protestations, I never quite believed Emmett Selk was telling the truth.
Nor I. But there is no denying the evidence before our eyes. Clearly this was once a great city. A home they would see restored, no matter how many tens of thousands of years it takes.
It's a hollow dream when you think about it. Even if they manage to rejoin all the worlds, they'll never bring back the ones who were lost. But would I have done any different?
How are you feeling?
You have completed your devotions?
Yes. To the honored ancients have we offered up our prayers and our gratitude. You too have our thanks.
Might we trouble thee then to tell us more of the illuminated land of which thou didst lately speak?
To the west of here lies a great trench. Some days ago, a light appeared in that endless darkness. Curious, we ventured closer and discovered in the depths an entire city. The buildings we spied were akin to our own everlasting abodes, impossibly so. We understood at once the ancients had risen. There could be no doubt. Taken with terror, we retreated to the cups and I decreed that none should enter the trench until such time as we received a sign.
Might it still be possible to reach this city of the ancients?
With no water to drown you, a finless one could now travel there. Yes. I am convinced you are the sign for which we have been waiting. My people will show you the way.
Shall we?
We shall. The chieftain has bid me guide your steps to the illuminated land. Come, the way lies downwards. Follow the path of coral and rock and join your comrades below. Deeper into the depths we go. Where it leads, nobody knows. Fucking fuck you. In the ass, for that matter. Just here, I'll cut my new sword on you. You know, at least this new sword doesn't have a pickaxe attached to it. Not that I hated that, in fact I quite liked it. It just does not suit my character in the least. Emmett Silk hath made himself difficult to reach, yet every step we take bringeth us ever nearer to his stronghold. Let us not linger, lest the Exarch suffer for our late arrival. You have everything you need. If that artisan fellow is as skilled as they say, then you may wish to avail yourself of his services ere we press on. Oh, believe me, I've done that. Meeting the Ondo was fascinating. They live just like us in some ways, but act completely different in others. The way they think, the way they play. I'd love to come back here and learn more about their culture. Will the dome last that long, I wonder? Probably not. During the time I've spent helping the Ondo, I've been introduced to quite a few of the local varieties of sea life. Although sea monsters is mayhap the more apt term, probably best to avoid them if we can. We're on our way at last. It seems far darker down here, but I'll not start at a few shadows. We are moving as a group, yes? Oh, poor Alpha. No, I don't think there are any ghosts down here. If Emmett Selk is in that trench, then we'll have to assume he's not swimming in salt water. I wouldn't want to suddenly find ourselves at the edge of Bismarck's bubble with no air to breathe. Indeed. I'm gonna fucking murder this thing. Just wait for it to knock me out of the damn speech bubble. And just fuck. Gonna yank you out of your shell, slow roast you with some butter, and eat you, you fucking snail piece of shit. Whatever you are, I don't know. Calamari. You're food now. Fuck you. All are gathered, yes? Then I shall describe the path you must take. Enter the cavern beyond, and follow the wall down and down and down. Once at the bottom, find a passage to the northwest, then continue west and west and west. The way is not simple. Keep your friends within shouting distance and do not stray into the deep. Just before the journey's end, you will find the Caliban Gap, and the barrier we placed at its mouth. This obstacle will fade should you raise a hand towards it. We have made it so. A most succinct explanation. We thank you for your guidance. Right, deeper into the depths we go. Let's get going then. Green. The rocks and coral bunch up by the cabin wall like a staircase of sorts. But be careful, you wouldn't want to slip from up here. No, that's a long way down. Thancred. I'd wager these bursts of water could carry you clear to the top again. Not that I'm eager to try it. Maybe on our return ascent. Urianger. Our guide bade us travel to the cavern floor and thence to the west. Yet 'twould seem these twisting tunnels defy such simple instruction. Rather than rely on direction alone, I suggest we scout with care and relay the path ahead to those who come behind. Alrighty. Oh, for fuck. Just fuck. Man, this place is dangerous. Y'shtola hath forged ahead. Shall we continue our own advance? We shall. The rock drops off sharply here, but I should think this coral thick enough to serve as a bridge. Looks that way. It makes kind of a squishy sound, but seems safe enough. Alphino. Ah, Foxy. You have a choice of two routes from here. You can either take the long way to the south along the rocks, or skip along this coral branch as Alice has done. I, for one, shall be following my sister's example. Ahem. Oh, don't be scared. It'll be fine. Now I wonder which way has that ether current. Well, we'll see. Oh, perfect. How you feeling after that, Alphino? Phew. Not to it. Alice has already gone on ahead. We should catch up to her. I will, of course, check out this route, just in case. I don't think we're missing anything, but it doesn't hurt to check. Wow, piece of a shipwreck. But no, we missed nothing. Ah, there's our girl. There you are. Come on, I think I found the tunnel we were looking for. Didn't miss anything here, right? Doesn't look like it. I know there's an ether current nearby. Let's see. Only 3 more in the world, which is great. Oh, that looks like the barrier. Fuck. Way deep underwater now. I'm getting big Subnautica vibes, and that game is fucking terrifying. Here, this must be the barrier the Yonder spoke of. Well, that was rather more arduous than expected. I feel a sudden rush of gratitude for the smooth roads our ancestors cut through the wilderness. 'Twas a treacherous path indeed. Now I believe if one of us needs but raise a hand to banish this next obstacle. Foxy, I elect you to do the honors. Sure, why not? Reen is understandably concerned for us. God, just like that. I suppose we should head in. Like as not, this tunnel will be just as perilous as the road we walked to get here. Let's all stay aware of our surroundings, shall we? Alright. This fucking mouse keeps double-clicking. I definitely need to get a new one. Let's see, our next one is to the northwest. Oh, there are a lot of angry fish in here. I don't like it. Oh my god. Fucking fish. I'd very much like to just converse with my friends without being attacked by exploding fish. Oh my god, now there's another one. Hey, we've got a friend helping us. Lovely. Thank you, friend. That is a very long drop. Please, no heroic jumps over the edge, Foxy. I don't think my heart could take it. I don't think my legs could. Unless there's water at the bottom. Nay, I'd not want to chance that leap. Hugging the northern wall on the way down seems the wiser proposition. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you. Who knows how hard or soft that water is. Yeah, let's go this way. More fucking urchin fish. Leave me alone. No, that's the opposite of leaving me alone, you fucking fish. Oh my god. Fucking piece of shit. Where thy footfalls, my friend, our road taketh us ever onwards unto ever deeper darkness. I had to fight fish to hear that, Urianger. Okay. In here? Ether current? Ether current? Ether current. Ah! Watch your footing here. I wouldn't envy the climb back up if you fell. Well, I won't be jumping down there anytime soon. Fuck you, fish. Fuck you, fish. Oh my god. Looks like we're gonna be finding all of the Tempest ether currents just by going through this. Alice?
By the gods!
When the Ondo spoke of a city, I did not think they meant an actual city.
Then we are seeing the same view. The remnants in the Ondo settlement were solid material structures. But these... everything here pulses with ether. 'Tis an enchantment on a monumental scale.
Well, isn't this a beautiful sight? One cannot blame the Ondo for fleeing the spectacle of these brooding edifices. We, however, have not the luxury of fear. Indeed, we don't. You'd think all these tall, dark buildings would be frightening, but for some reason they just make me feel sad. It's big, I'll grant you, but cluttered city streets are far more conducive to infiltration than wide open spaces. This will work to our advantage, trust me. If it's like any other big city. Emmett Silk holds the Exarch captive somewhere within this vast city. And even if we must search every alleyway, we will find him. Well, you're damn right we will. When the chieftain spoke of light shining from the abyss, this is not at all what I imagined. Why would Emmett Silk do this? Where's our last ether current? To the south. Y'shtola? Foxy, did you note the style of the architecture? 'Tis the same used for the remnants at the cups and the murals painted towers. Look closely. Emmett Silk has not simply reclaimed these ruins, he has layered the semblance of an entire city upon them. Gods, the magnitude of his artifice is staggering. Though it pains me to admit, we do not fully understand the feats of which an old-world Ascian is capable. What do we need? Sure, why not? We have found our destination, but how to descend into the city itself? Anything new to say, people? Doubtful. It's intimidating, yes, but we have to start somewhere. Why don't we have a closer look at the tower to the southeast? We might be able to reach it from the edge of the trench. Ah, here it is. That will be the final ether current we need to find in the world. Then all that's left is some quests. An imposing door. Look at the size of those doors. Now I know how pixies must feel. Foxy Games recognized. Welcome to the city of Amarot. Will you be riding the lift? What? Did this building just welcome you? Mayhap it is not so passing strange. Did Emet-Selch not invite Foxy to visit his abode? 'Tis plain thy coming was expected. And where will this lift be taking us? The lift services every level of Akora Heights, but is presently configured to convey passengers directly to the ground floor. Well, there you have it. In the absence of some few hundred yalms of rope, we have little choice but to accept the offer. With emphasis on the we, I'm not about to let you walk into that place alone. I wish to ride the lift. As you wish. The lift will arrive shortly. The city of Amarot. Didn't Emet-Selch mention this city? Next stop, ground floor. Facilities include the Bureau of the Administrator, the Bureau of the Architect, and the Capital. If mine eyes do not deceive, we stand in some manner of communal square. It's awful lonely, though, isn't it? Nobody to greet us. Though, man, those buildings. Beautiful architecture. Just a moment, I thought I saw something. I just can't believe how tall everything is. Seems peaceful enough, he said, tempting fate. Oh, Thancred. Each of these towers seems a veritable city in itself. Even a Gigas would feel inadequate in such surroundings. It's only at this distance that you start to realize just how big the buildings truly are. What did that voice call the city? Amarot? Look, over there. Is that a person? Ah, no, my mistake. That's a giant. It doesn't seem to have noticed us yet. Giant or no, a resident of this place may have much and more to tell us. I say we make the first move. Alphina, you can't just... Ugh! Pray excuse my boldness, but might I ask you a few questions? Oh, what adorable costumes. Are you children on an excursion? This district has much to teach you. How odd. That sounded like no language I've ever heard, and yet I understood every word. Just as he understood us. And which district is this exactly? You must be lost, poor things. You stand in the Polylarity District, wherein lie the institutions most vital to the management of our star. Can you tell us where to find Emmett Selk? Ah, I see. You've come to marvel at the workings of the Convocation of 14. Hardly surprising, I suppose. The whole world holds its breath as the final days draw near, and our brightest minds race to implement their plans. Thus, you must understand that gaining an audience at this time will be next to impossible. You should hurry home now before your families begin to worry. Do you need me to walk you back? No, thank you. We will be fine. Very well. Take care, little ones. He thinks we're children. I guess we must look like children to someone so tall. What was that all about? To my eyes, these people appear as arcane entities. I suspect Emmett Selk wove them from ether, much as he reconstructed the rest of the city. The final days. Such words well befit the oblivion described to us by our Ascian foe. A catastrophe of unprecedented scale, which did set in motion the summoning of Zodiark, and thence Hydaelyn herself. But that happened centuries and centuries ago, didn't it? That man spoke as if they were rushing to avert a disaster here and now. Unless, for these people, the distant past is the here and now. I believe thou hast the right of it, Master Alphino. This ethereal Amarat and its residents appear to be phantoms of a different age. Emmett Selk hath resurrected a memory, a moment in time from before the star was sundered. So we find ourselves in a long-destroyed city, inhabited by the long-departed. An unusual situation to be sure, but at least we're able to parley with these ancients. In fact, they seem downright eager to chat. I say we use this to our advantage. Split up, strike up some conversations, and see if we can't learn the location of our quarry. And while we're at it, it wouldn't hurt to wheedle out a few more details regarding this Convocation of 14 and their impending disaster. To mingling, then. Let's meet back here when our jaws start aching. Well, let's find some friendly ancients to speak to. Twould seem the hall is host to a most precocious visitor this day, and what, pray tell, shall be the subject of our discussion, young one? Ah, the Convocation and their handling of the coming peril. 'Tis only natural that you should have questions. Shall we begin with the members themselves? As all know, the 14 are the wisest and most puissant among us. They are the stewards of order, responsible for decisions which keep this star turning season after season. Be it the speaker, La Habrea, or the emissary, Elidibus, each seat is occupied by an elected sage of surpassing intellect. Logrif, Mitron, Emetselk, their individual titles have, as a gesture of respect and a matter of tradition, become synonymous with their incumbents. Thus it is with great incredulity that I greet this recent rumor that a seat in the convocation is soon to be left vacant. If proven true, 'twould be an unprecedented development, and testament to the immense pressure under which our saviors are toiling. In any event, I for one am confident they shall deliver our star unto salvation. But they never did. Well, not in the way they wanted to. One can never be too young to take an interest in rhetorical arts. Welcome, little one, welcome. And how about you? A debate facilitator? God. How may I help you, little one? Do you wish to peruse the transcripts of the great debates, or would you like to reserve a room for discussion? We are here to serve your needs. Well, neither right now, but thanks. But when you consider the implications of the latest calamity, you must admit, trust in the scholars. They will find a solution. Good gracious, child, where is your family? You should not be alone at a time like this. Run along home, quickly now. Have you not heard? Though yet confined to the lands across the sea, a terrible phenomenon afflicts our star. They are calling it the final days. 'Tis said it starts suddenly, a cacophonous keening from beneath the earth. The sound distorts all living things within earshot, and wrests from us control of our creation magics. Once that happens, all is lost. Fear, pain, despair, every dread impulse is siphoned from our minds and given substance, an eternal fall of fiery rain, an incessant spawning of nightmarish beasts. None can point to the source of the phenomenon. 'Tis as if the star itself has fallen ill, as if a force inimical to life now festers and spreads. 'Tis only a matter of time until Amarot too resounds to that discordant squall. You should stay with your loved ones, child. Stay with them. Some hints as to what befell the ancients. Talk to you first. This is the Bureau of the Architect, little one. If you require assistance, I should be glad to assist you, but are you certain this is where you should be? Not entirely. I did not mean to grab that ability. This is your first time here? Take a number if you haven't already, then settle in for a good long wait. Welcome to the Bureau of the Architect, little one. I should be glad to assist you in locating the concept you seek after I have finished assisting those ahead of you in the queue. An audience with Emetselk? I'm afraid you have the wrong office, little one, and besides, he will be far too busy to field the questions of curious children. Surely you have been told of the looming catastrophe. Every resource available to the convocation must be spent upon ensuring our world survives. They have yet to make an official announcement, but it is said the 14 are moving forward with a plan of scarce credible proportions, one which promises to grant will to the very star itself. They will invoke our mightiest spells of creation to birth an entity of all-encompassing magnificence, and then they will rewrite the laws of existence. 'Tis a huge undertaking, and it must be completed ere the corruption spreads this far. Thus I say to you again, do not hold out hope for an audience. Just as Emet-Selch told us, they gave a will to the star, and that will became Zodiark. Well, that was an experience. I was never very fond of being treated like a child, but it did make asking questions less suspicious. Foxy, if I was not certain before than I am now, the people of this city believe they face the end of the world. I cannot imagine what purpose compelled Emet-Selch to recreate this ancient Amarat. And yet, I fancy I hear his words to us echoing throughout this ocean trench. He would have his story known. I guess that's true. He wants us to know the truth. We can compare notes once the others return. Hopefully then our next move will become clear. It would seem our conversations were much alike. A looming disaster, creation magics running rampant, and this convocation's efforts to bring salvation out of chaos. I suppose there was talk of little else in the time when these events came to pass. Ah, Harianje, if I may, what are your thoughts on the ancients' art of creation? A fascinating discipline indeed. Aught the mind can conceive may be rendered in reality. All that is required is a clear concept upon which to focus one's will. 'Tis not dissimilar to the primal rites taught by the Ascians, wherein ritual ceremony breatheth life into figments of myth and legend. I see we arrived at the same conclusion, then. The people who lived in the age before the Sundering were blessed with vast reserves of mana. No matter how draining these creation magics must be, it seems they paid the cost with not more than a fraction of the ether which coursed through their own bodies. If we were to attempt the same, such spells would soon deplete our energies, and then seek to draw the balance from elsewhere, from a hoard of crystals mayhap, or from the very land itself. Thus, when this art of creation was placed into our hands, it became, in effect, a means for destruction. An interesting matter, which no doubt bears further study, but despite all these revelations, I worry we are no closer to finding Emet-Selch. Has anyone learned aught which might lead us to his location? Not directly, mayhap. But from what we've heard, it seems the Convocation of 14 is sequestered in the nearby Capitol building. When we went to see for ourselves, the attendant wouldn't let us through without a writ of permission. So we tried our luck at the Bureau of the Administrator, where we thought that these permissions might be issued, but the clerk there said he couldn't help us since our names didn't appear in the registry. And that was where we gave up. I wonder though, Foxy, could you be eligible for one of these writs? The voice in the lift seemed to know who you were. It might be that your name is registered at the bureaus as well. Worth a look, I'd say. Meanwhile, I'll head back to the capital and search for a less official point of entry, just in case. Pray allow me to accompany thee on thy reconnaissance. An arcane perspective may prove useful. I think I'd like to speak with more of these ancients. Maybe they know something that could help cure Foxy's condition. Would you mind coming with me? Of course I don't mind. Just lead the way. Then Y'shtola and I will busy ourselves with further exploration. There is surely more intelligence to be had. And so we part ways once more. This time, however, let us reconvene in front of the capital. Alright. We're learning more and more about this strange place, but it only brings out more questions. Questions which will have to be answered in the next episode. And if my calculations are right, what a doozy of an episode it's going to be. Because I do believe, and don't quote me on this just yet, but I do believe that is going to be the end of the initial Shadowbringers main story quest. So, regardless of whether or not it is, I shall see you in the next episode. You all take care until then. Bye.